Hello everyone, myself SM Ali, Masters in HVAC. I have been a professional trainer from last 15 years and I also work in design as well as in execution. So I have an experience in both the worlds. I'm running a training center called SM Techno and offering different training programs like HVAC, plumbing, firefighting, electrical, Revit MEP, Revit architectural. So let's start. Today is the first session and in this session you are going to learn what you're going to learn in this training program. Means I'm talking about the syllabus. So in this session, I'll give you the idea what we are going to learn in this training program. Means the course content. Because you see, as per my experience, in order to learn anything or any course, two things are very, very important. The first is why to learn, and second, what to learn. Why to learn means the strong reason. So I believe everyone have their own reason why you are in this session. Someone want to start their career in this HVC field or in this MEP side, or someone want to update themselves, or someone want to enhance, or someone want to switch in design from execution. So there may be different reason. So first you should have a strong reason for learning any training, or for to learn anything. A strong reason is required. So I believe everyone have their own reason. And the second thing is you should know what you're going to learn. I'm talking about the course content. So in this training program, I'll give you the brief idea about the topics, about the syllabus, the content of this training program, so that you'll get the clear idea that what you're going to learn in this training program. So this is very, very important because for mindset, the content is required. To learn, you must know what you're going to learn. So I'll give you the idea, don't worry. What are the different modules? What are the different parts in that modules? And what module in which mode? All this information I'll provide you in this session. So let me start with my introduction. Myself SM Ali, and I'm masters in HVAC, and I have been a professional trainer from last 15 years. I work in design in Al Khobar, Al Hamdan, Saudi Arabia, and I also work in Blue Star in India in execution side. So I have experience in design and I have experience in execution, and from last many years I'm in the training. So I have experience of both the world, means the design, execution, and the teaching side. And yeah, so with this information, let me quickly start the session. So you see, before starting what you're going to learn in this training program, especially for beginners, let me give you the idea, the difference between the HVAC and MEP. Because you see, many have this confusion, the difference between the HVAC and MEP. And also in market, one more confusion, the difference between MEP and Revit MEP. So first we'll discuss what is this MEP, then the HVAC, then the Revit MEP. Okay, then we'll talk about the content, means the course syllabus in this training program. So here you see, if you talk about MEP, in short, we used to call MEP, it's a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, or else I can call it's a building services, especially for beginner. Experienced participant already aware of this, what is MEP, building services, and what are the different services, etc. But if you are the beginner, you must know this difference, because see, we are getting the inquiries from last many years, and we are offering this training from 2008, and since then till now in market, still we are getting the same question: what is HVAC, what is MEP? They have confusion between the HVAC and MEP. So I'll start this session with that point only. So I'm going to share the screen. So you see on screen, you can read the MEP. So in short, actually we used to call MEP, it's a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, or I can call building services. And if you talk about MEP, here you can find on the screen also. Let me mark. You see, this building services, in short, we used to call MEP, refers to the integrated design and management of what? Mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and also this firefighting system. It includes the planning, design, installation, operation, and maintenance of this essential system to ensure the building functionality, comfort, and safety and efficiency. For example, if you talk about any building with the services, so there is no use of the building. For example, a building without electricity, or you can just visualize a building without the plumbing system. So these services are very, very important for the building. So in short, we used to call MEP. It's a building services, and under this you'll find four service. One is a mechanical. Under mechanical, you'll find HVAC. In short, we used to call HVAC. It's a heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. So under mechanical, you'll find HVAC, and E is for electrical service. Under electrical, you'll find lighting, power, and alarm, emergency lights, etc. Then P stands for plumbing. So in plumbing, you'll find water system, drainage system, fixtures, lot of things. So altogether, we used to call this as MEP. So total four services combined together. In short, in actual practice, we used to call MEP or building services. So now listen, this is important. If you are learning this HVAC, means you are learning a part of MEP. And as a mechanical, it is recommended to start with the HVAC, and as electrical, it is recommended to start with electrical. Later, electrical people also involved in the mechanical services, and even mechanical engineers also involved in electrical services for what? For coordination. The reason is all these services is for building. So electrical engineer must coordinate with the mechanical engineers, and the mechanical service engineers must coordinate with the electrical, and all this is linked with the architect. And who is architect and how the process goes in actual practice, we'll discuss in chapter 1. Okay, so this session is just an introduction session. So I think you got the idea what is MEP, especially if you are a beginner. So I think there is no confusion about MEP. At least you got the idea what is MEP. So MEP is a building services. In that you'll find HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and firefighting. And this course, what we are dealing with is a HVAC course. So we are talking about this HVAC training. So in the next slide, you'll find information related to HVAC. So HVAC, in short, we used to call HVAC. It's a heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. And if you talk about HVAC, you'll find the different societies like ASHRAE, ISHRAE, and you'll find the carrier, you'll find SMACNA, and number of options. When we start the course, we'll talk about this standard also. HVAC stands for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. And this is used for what? You see, to control the indoor environment conditions. At this level, just I'm giving the general information. In detail, we'll discuss in chapter 1. We'll start with the definition of air conditioning. So at this level, just I'm giving the just quick idea. So HEC stands for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. It refers to the technology and the system used to control indoor air environment or condition, including the temperature. So we are maintaining some parameters that includes temperature, humidity, air quality. In short, I can say air quality. Under again in air quality, you'll find the velocity, distribution of air, the noise level, etc. You'll find a number of parameters that we'll discuss in chapter 1. This is just an introduction in various building and structures. And this HVAC is not only for residential. This HVAC system is for residential, for commercial, and no doubt for industrial. And not only for human comfort, this is also for process control. So you'll find n number of applications for this air conditioning. Just for example, you'll find this air conditioning in residential projects or in commercial projects, and as well as in industrial, and especially in the process controls also you'll find this HVAC. Actually, this HVAC system, or like if I use the term air conditioning, this is start for the process control in the year 1902 by Williams Carrier. I think the father of air conditioning is Dr. Williams Carrier. Actually, he started this with the idea to maintain the process control for the paper manufacturing. So with that, this system starts. But now in actual practice, you'll find n number of applications for this HVAC. Okay, so this is just a quick idea. So as I said at the beginning, in this session, you're going to learn what you're going to learn in this training program. Okay, so I'll give you the brief idea about the syllabus. So we are offering this training in different modes. We are offering this training in video mode, in live online, as well as in the classroom. And we base in Hyderabad, India. So if someone is looking for the classroom, they need to come for the city Hyderabad. But you see, after COVID, almost 90 or 99%, I can say, people are preferring a live online or the video recorded. And we are offering this live online training from 2009, not because of COVID. From 2009, we are offering this live online training. And after COVID, we are offering this in the video recorded mode also. And these are the different courses or the training we are offering. So we are offering this different training program you can find on the screen. You see, the first program is HVAC, and the second we are offering electrical designing with the separate electrical faculty. Mr. Wajid will take care of this. Then plumbing and firefighting by Mr. Habib Ahmed, and Rivet HVAC. I'm taking care for this two training programs, and again Rivet Architectural by Mr. Wajid. Okay, so these are the trainings we are offering now. But we bother about the HVAC training in this training program now. So what are the softwares, what are the projects, and what are the modules? All this information I'll provide you in this session so that you'll get the complete idea about the training program, what you're going to learn in this training program. So here you can read the course title. So it's a HVAC. Actually, it's a HVAC designing, drafting, estimation, and installation. So in the next slide, you'll get the information. So these are the standards we are following. In actual practice, you'll find a number of standards based on the location, based on that consultant, etc. So it is not at all possible to follow all the standards. So we are following the international standard like ASHRAE, SMACNA, Carrier, etc. in this training program, and we are focusing more on the concept. Okay, once you know the concept, you can able to deal with the different application, because as I said the in the previous slide, HVAC is not only for one application, it's for commercial, residential. Again, in residential, you'll find the different type. In commercial, you'll find the different type of projects or applications. So you'll find a number of applications. So it is not at all possible to cover all the applications in this 2.5 months training program. So that's the reason I'll focus more on the concept, so that with the concept you can able to deal, or you can able to design with the different application if you know the application requirement. So here you see the softwares what you're going to get in this training program. No doubt popularly used in the market is a HAP for the load calculation. Those who already in field, they know about this HAP. It's a career HAP, hourly incentive program. This is for the load calculation. I'm talking about the HVAC cooling and heating load calculation. Next, hashtag climatic data. This is used to extract the psychometric condition and the climatic condition at the time of the load calculation again when we deal with the manual. And you see, first we'll deal with the manual load calculation, then the software, because manual to get the concept, then software as per the market requirement. Next, Astra psychometric software. This is also used to extract the psychometric information for the project. Without that, you cannot start the project. Next, you'll find design review software, which is used for metal takeoff for estimation point of view. Next, AutoCAD 2D. Without AutoCAD, you cannot think for the drafting. So after AutoCAD, then only you can think to deal with the HVAC draft. Okay, so in AutoCAD, you're going to learn how to draw, so that you can learn what to draw in HVAC drafting. Next, for example, I'm using Zamil E-Selector machine selection for machine selection point of view. We'll deal with the manual machine selection as well as with the electronic catalog. For example, as per the syllabus, I'm using Zamil E-Selector. Zamil is a manufacturer, vendor like Carrier, Daikin, or Voltage, etc. Next, Daikin VRV for this VRV piping. Okay, I'm considering this software as example for this VRF system. Then McVeigh duct sizer for duct sizing, McVeigh pipe sizer for pipe sizing. And here's a beta program for A terminal selection. A terminal means like diffuser or grill, etc. If you're a beginner, if you don't know about the A terminal, don't worry. Just I'm giving the idea. At the time when we talk about a separate topic, A terminal in air system, you'll get more idea about the A terminal. At this level, you can take example of a diffuser or a grill or a slot diffuser, etc. Even if you're not familiar with this term also, don't worry, we'll discuss. Next, Ashtray duct fittings. This software will use to extract the information about the fitting losses for the fan selection. Next, Pump Excel for pump selection, then Fan Excel for fan selection, then terminal selection software, vendor from the vendor, like electronic catalog from Zamil. Similarly, you'll find this A terminal selection software, for example, for terminal selection. Next, BOK Excel program for the estimation point of view. Okay, so these are the softwares you're going to get in this training program. Next, what are the projects? You see, Villa A project for architectural point of view. We'll start learning, we'll start this building survey with with means reading the architectural layout. Next, sample project for manual load calculation. In detail we'll discuss, because for concept point of view, manual load calculation is very important, and then only you can able to deal, or you can able to give the proper input in software. Okay, and as per the syllabus, I'm offering the HAP software. In actual practice, you'll find Elite, you'll find Trace, you'll find Havacom, you'll find IES, a number of softwares which works for load calculation, including the Revit software. In Revit also you'll find the load calculation, but as per this HVC course, I'm offering this app program, our license program for load calculation. Next, studio project for the equipment selection. Next, tower project, 24 floors tower project for estimation project. You'll find a separate estimation topic for the HVAC. I'm talking about metal takeoff. Next, the hotel project for the ducting and piping. Okay, so these are the project included. Now, if you talk about the modules, so you see this course is divided into 4 modules. You can focus here. You see module 1, I'm considering as HVC design. Okay, which is of 45 plus hours, the major part of this training program. And module 2, I'm considering this HVC drafting, including AutoCAD. It's around 16 plus hours, 7 hours of AutoCAD and 9 hours of this drafting. And this we are offering as a complimentary, and this is complimentary even for others also, not only for you. You can find out on our website. So this is HVC drafting, including AutoCAD, we are offering as complimentary in the video only. Next, so module 2 is a HVC drafting, including AutoCAD, that you'll get in the video mode. And module 3, I'm considering HVC estimation. And this also 10 plus hours with the complete tower project step by step with the notes and detail, including this design review software. And this also you'll get in the video mode. And this also we are offering as a complimentary. And this HVC estimation course you'll get after completing this design. Why? Because in order to deal with the metal takeoff, nothing but HVC estimation, you must have the idea about the systems like ducting system, piping system, etc., the equipments, terms and terminology. Then only you can think to extract the information. So that's the reason we are offering this HVC estimation course after completing the design part in the video mode again. Next, module 4, I'm considering installation. This is of 5 plus hours. This also you'll get in the video mode. So what are the topics in this designing? I'll give you the idea just so that you can get the idea what you're going to learn in this training program. This is very, very important. So you see this HVAC designing, what I'm considering is module 1, is again is divided into 5 parts. Part 1 is a basics, which is very, very important for design point of view. In basics, you're going to learn physics used in HVAC, psychometry, vapor compression cycle, etc. I'll give you the idea. Just let me provide the different parts. In HVAC designing, you'll find 5 parts. Part 1, I'm considering as basics. Part 2 is a manual load calculation. And part 3 is a software load calculation with the HAP. And part 4, I'm considering air side, means ducting, air distribution, etc. And in part 5, you are going to get this water side, chill water side, means chill water pipe sizing, pump selection, fittings, accessories, etc. So this design module 1, I divide into 5 parts. Okay, so let me give you the idea about this part. So part 1 you can find on screen, which is a HVAC design basics. Very, very important. Very basic, at the same time very important to understand the concept, and this concept will use at the time of designing. So in chapter 1, you'll get the idea about the standard societies, definition of air conditioning, and different applications. And in chapter 2, how the process in actual practice for design as well as for execution, means what are the steps in designing the HVAC system and what are the steps involved in installing the HVAC system, with the roles and responsibility of a design and a execution engineer in chapter 2. Chapter 3 is very technical and very interesting, in that you are going to learn physics used in HVAC, like very basic. What is heat? What is BTU, British Thermal Unit? The unit of refrigeration, nothing but ton. And what is the temperature scales, enthalpy, sensible latent heat, which is very important at the time of load calculation, because at the time of load calculation, when we talk about extracting the heat gain with the different sources, that sources can be only sensible or it can be sensible plus latent. So this terminology, these terms, this concept is very, very important to understand the concept of the designing, including the vapor compression cycle, because the commercial systems work on the vapor compression cycle. You'll find vapor absorption cycle also, but not commonly used in actual practice. Okay, you'll find this vapor absorption cycle for this industrial point of view. But if you talk about residential and commercial equipments related to the HVAC, you'll that works on vapor compression cycle. Okay, and we'll also talk about the units and conversion, which is again important for a beginner. If you're a beginner, this units and conversion is important, because in some country you'll find English system, in some country you'll find metric system. So English system, nothing but, for example, like feet, inches. Metric system like mm, degree centigrade, etc. So this conversion is also important, the unit conversion, the system of measurement, etc. Next, chapter 4 for psychometry. And in psychometry, and without psychometry, it is not possible to deal with designing of air conditioning system, because psychometry is what? The property of a moisture. So if you don't know the properties of moisture, you cannot think to condition the air. So in chapter 4, you'll get information related to psychometry, different properties of air, and how to use the psychometric chart, and how to use the psychometric software. Again, the psychometric calculation, or this software, or this chart is used at the time of load calculation. Next, chapter 5 is for what? For systems, air conditioning system, right from the window till this chill water system. So you'll find the different systems in actual practice, and this system is divided into two categories. One is a DX system, and second is a chill water system. So under DX system, you'll find window split, ductable split, VRF, etc. And separate, you'll find chill water system. Again, in chill water system, you'll find air cooled chiller, water cooled chiller. Apart from this, you'll find all air conditioning system, etc. So that we'll discuss in chapter 5. And this conclude part 1 of module 1. Okay, so as I said, again, let me quickly repeat. Module 1 is for designing. Under that, you'll find total 5 parts. Part 1 is a basic up to chapter 5. Module 1, part 1, and part 1 include chapter 1 to 5. Next, part 2, you see again this part 1, chapter 5, continuing all the systems. As I said, this DX system, chill water, as well as all air conditioning system. Next, if you talk about part 2 of module 1, in part 2 of module 1, we'll talk about this manual load calculation, manual cooling as well as heating load calculation, which is very interesting and important and bit lengthy also. Part 2 I'm considering, and again this part 2 of module 1 only. So part 2 I'm considering manual load calculation, cooling as well as heating. And this is interesting, and at the same time is bit lengthy and very, very important. Without this manual load calculation, you cannot think to deal with the software load calculation, because in manual load calculation you're going to get the concept, and with the concept only you can provide the correct input at the time of using the software, say HAP software, for example, as per the syllabus, because software will provide you the result based on the user input. If you provide the correct input, you'll get the correct result. If you provide the wrong input, you'll get the wrong result. And giving the input in software required the concept, and the concept for load calculation you're going to get in the manual load calculation. So this is very, very important and lengthy. And start with the chapter 6, and the chapter 6 is a building survey. In building survey, we are going to learn what are the information need to extract to prepare the input file to start the load calculation, in short. So you'll find n number of parameters to discuss in building survey, like latitude, longitude, psychometric condition, elevation, levels, construction material for finding the U value, and n number of parameters, means reading the architectural layout, extracting the door information, window information, metal used in the construction, to calculate the actual heat gain, etc. And extracting this information in building survey, we'll prepare a file called input file. And based on the input file in chapter 7, you see chapter 6 is for building survey. And in short, building survey is to prepare the input file, so that in chapter 7, we'll deal with the load calculation, manual load calculation. And it's a lengthy with a sample project. Okay. And again, in manual load calculation, we'll deal with the formulas, equation, etc. Then we'll also deal with the E20 chart, E20 Excel, and the manual heating. Okay, so with again all this with the sample project, which is very interesting and bit lengthy. Next, I'm considering part 3 of module 1. Part 3 of module 1, I'm considering software, nothing but HAP load calculation, our license program. Again with the sample project and school project. Okay, one sample project and one school project. Sample project with a single space, and school project with the 12 spaces. Okay, so We'll learn right from the basic about the screen of app, then the basic settings, then how to deal with the space information, how to create the library, how to add the system, how to generate the report, etc. With the two project, one is a sample project and another is a school project. Okay, so chapter 7.1 and 8 under part 3, I'm considering for the software calculation. So this is about part 3 of module 1. Next, part 4, I'm considering HVC air site, all about the air site, including the duct design, terminal selection, duct accessories, duct fittings, different methods for duct designing like equal friction method, velocity reduction method, constant velocity method, and static regression method, which is used for high velocity long run ducts. Okay, so all this I'm considering in part 4. For example, you see, we'll start with the SMACNA standard, then initially you'll find the theory like duct material, duct gauges, duct fittings, duct accessories. Then we'll talk about the duct designing. We'll start with the aspect ratio, very, very important for interview point of view. Then we'll deal with the different methods for duct design. Most commonly in actual practice, you'll find equal friction method, and that equal friction method with the charts and table from SMACNA, or you can use from Carrier or ASHRAE. The end result is going to be same. And then again, the equal friction method using duct sizer, which is simple compared with the load calculation. Then in chapter 9.1, we'll talk about this occupied zone, then A distribution, then selection of A terminals, a lot of things. So all this part 4 I'm considering as aid site. Part 4 aid site, you'll find this fan selection. This is also very, very important. Under the fan selection, we'll discuss about ESP calculation in detail, again with the sample project. Then we'll also discuss about this exhaust system. This also I'm considering the air side because the exhaust, toilet exhaust, kitchen exhaust, or car parking exhaust system, all I'm considering in air side because it's a air side system. So all you'll get in part 4. Now, if you talk about this part 5 of module 1, you see part 5 of module 1, I'm considering water site, water system. Water system means I'm talking about this chill water site. It can be for air cooled chiller or it can be for water cooled chiller. So different types of pipe, different material, then the arrangement like direct retention system or reverse retention system. Then no doubt this pipe designing. Again in pipe designing, first we'll deal with the manual chart from ASHRAE or from Carrier. The end result is going to be same. Then the same example, I'll proceed with the pipe sizer. Most commonly in actual practice, you'll find MEP pipe sizer. Then we have a different methods for pipe sizing like velocity method or ASHRAE method, velocity plus friction, etc. So in chapter 11 of part 5, you will find fittings accessories. Different fitting, different accessories, which is very, very important for interview point of view. We used to call, say, like valve package, or we can also call as hookups. Again, this chapter 11 is important for the pump selection. So this pump selection also I'm considering in part 5. You see, different types of pump, different pump laws, then how to design or how to select this pump, how to find out this head calculation with an example, with a sample project. Again in pump selection, first we'll deal with the manual calculation, then the same using Excel program, because in actual practice to save the time we are using Excel program. So once you know the concept in manual, using Excel is going to be simple. For primary pump, for secondary pump, or the different systems like primary only system or primary plus secondary, or you may find primary plus secondary plus tertiary. So you'll find the different system related to pump. So all about this pump selection, different types of system related to pump, you'll find in part 5 under this chapter 12. And chapter 12.1, which is also a part of part 5, you'll find the cooling tower selection, makeup water tank, expansion tank, air separator, etc. Okay, so this cooling tower is for water cooled chiller. Makeup tank, again water cooled chiller, even for air cooled side also, but limited capacity. Then expansion tank sizing, again is for both the chillers, air separator, etc. So this I'm considering like an advanced topic that also you'll find in part 5 of module 1. Okay, so these are the total 5 parts of module 1, which comes under designing. So module 1 I'm considering as HVC designing. Okay, so the major part of this training is this designing side. Okay, and designing is divided into 5 parts. Part 1 is a basic, part 2 is a manual load calculation, part 3 is a software load calculation, part 4 is a HVC air side, and part 5 is a HVC water side. So I think you're getting my point. Next. So this is about module 1, HVAC designing. Next, if you talk about module 2, I'm considering part 1 and 2 in module 2. Part 1 is AutoCAD, how to draw. And part 2, I'm considering the HVAC drafting, what to draw. Okay, so you can read all this topic. I'll share you this presentation after the session. You can just spend some time and read all the topics so that you'll get the idea what are the topics you're going to get in this. Next, module 3, I'm considering as HVAC estimation by Mr. Habib. He work as HVAC estimation engineer in Kuwait, and he will offer this tower project, and that too in video. And the estimation also cover with the complete project, tower project. It's a total 24 floors. And in this also you'll find the notes, data, including that project file in DWF format with the design review software. So you can go through once all these topics. After the session, I'll share you this presentation. In this estimation also, you'll find the air side, water side extraction, air side extraction, and this different system equipments, etc. Next, module 4, I'm considering HVAC installation. In the HVAC installation, you'll find installation for this chillers, installation for this AHU, FCU, duct installation, pipe installation, pipe insulation, duct insulation, etc. Okay. Apart from this, you'll find some additional notes for self-study like tab work, maintenance, filters, safety, and sales. Okay. So these are the again complementary self-study notes we'll provide with this training program. So okay. So you're going to get the complete package. Okay. So that includes 4 modules. Module 1 is a designing module. So it's a complete one package for this HVAC course. Find on the screen. Module 1 is a designing, which consists of 45 plus hours live training. Module 2 is a HVAC drafting with AutoCAD, 16 hours plus complimentary. And module 3 is a HVAC estimation, 10 plus hours, including with the tower project. And module 4 is a HVAC installation. Okay, so it's a complete package that includes designing, drafting with AutoCAD, estimation, and installation. So if you're working in design side, the installation knowledge will help. Or if you're working in execution side, the design knowledge will help you take the decision. And if you're working in the estimation division, definitely this estimation course is enough to start work as an estimation engineer. And no doubt the drafting will help you for the draftments. But as an engineer, drafting will help you for extracting the data at the time of load calculation and for minor changes as per the requirement. Even as an engineer, you should know AutoCAD, but not like draftman. At least you should know the basic. But I cover the AutoCAD in detail, the 2D side, as well as the drafting part you'll find for air side as well as for water side. So I'll share you this presentation. You can go through once. And we are offering this training from 2008. And we base in Hyderabad, India. And we are offering this live online from 2009 and video training from 2019. And you see, people have confusion in MEP and Revit MEP also. So Revit MEP is a advanced software which works on BIM concept from Autodesk to design this building services. So if you know MEP, then you can think for Revit MEP, because Revit is a next level. So as a mechanical, if you know HVAC design, you can think to deal with the Revit. As electrical, if you know electrical design, then you can think to deal with the Revit. But directly learning Revit is not at all recommended and will not offer also. So if someone is asking for Revit, first we'll confirm whether they know the services or not. So Revit MEP is a software from Autodesk, work on the BIM concept to design this building services. So if you know this building services, designing of building services, then using the software called Revit, you can able to design the services. So at the time of learning Revit, you can focus on the software with the knowledge of this services. Okay, so we are offering this separate courses. Course 1 is HVAC, course 2 is electrical, course 3 and plumbing, and course 4 firefighting, then Revit MEP and Revit architecture. Revit architecture for civil point of view. For mechanical electrical, you can find these courses. So electrical is separate and firefighting, these are the different courses. So what I'm talking about is HVAC, and this training program is for HVAC. Thank you.
Okay, fine.